Good morning and welcome to Friday's Daily Devotion. It's good to have you here with me today. My name is Linda Black and I am from South Canyon Lutheran Church. This is the end of a long week, actually long months that we have had. And as I'm filming this on Thursday afternoon, we still don't know the outcome of the election. I'm not sure if we will tomorrow when this comes out. So it's made for a long, stressful week for all of us. Because of that, I want to focus my devotion this morning on peace. And I want to read Psalm 46. So I'll give you a chance to look that up. Psalm 46. Now this is a Song of Zion psalm. It's one of the psalms that there are a few of those throughout this book that are used to celebrate God's presence in the temple, which made the people of God feel secure and blessed in their life. But we do know that the prophets had to denounce this kind of thinking later because God is not just found in the temple. God dwells everywhere, and it matters how we live out our life out in the world. So, Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble with its tumult. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitations of the Most High. God is in the midst of the city. It shall not be moved. God will help it when the morning dawns. The nations are in an uproar. The kingdoms totter. He utters his voice and the earth melts. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come, behold the works of the Lord. See what desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth, and he breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Now I want to look at parts of this psalm that stand out. The psalm tells us that God is in the midst of all of the chaos and the tumult that's going on in the world, even destroying weapons of war. But let's look at what the psalmist finds and writes about, because those stand out to me just as they did to the writer. They signify the writer's trust in God. So verse number 1, God is our refuge and our strength. And number 5, God is in our midst. Number 7, the Lord of hosts is with us. And verse number 10, be still and know that I am God. Now, can we take these words of the psalm writer and make them ours? Can, in the midst of all of the stress and the tension of the week, can we make those words sing for us and bring us peace? Because we all crave that peace, especially right now. It is many times like this that we find it hard to experience that peace. Now, in worship, we share the passing of the peace with each other, and lately we've been doing it with our phones or just looking at each other's eyes. And Jesus told his disciples that he brings them peace. Paul, too, talks about a peace that is beyond our understanding. So how is it that we find that peace, that love of God that shapes who we are? Because peace is elusive to nations and can be elusive to individuals too. We try to attain peace by being strong and in control, but that is not what gives us peace. It is that keeps us running around and around in circles. And the psalmist acknowledges that in this writing as he writes about the uproar among the nations and the people. But he knows and he trusts that it's God that brings him peace. He says God is his refuge, that protected place that brings him rest so that he can prepare to face the challenges that life brings us. And he said, God is his strength. God enables him to become that overcomer. God's presence and strength and the psalmist's faith allowed him to experience that peace that he was after, even in the midst of turmoil and strife. And as the writer says, be still and know that I am God. God is involved in our lives and in the world. God invites us to be still, not to run around and to try to control everything, but to be still and feel God's presence with us and be surrounded and enveloped in that love. That is what brings us peace. And that peace can be a daily experience because it is God's gift to us. We just have to make sure that we give the space and the time to allow God to be present with us. So when I finish today, I invite you to light a candle and to take these phrases from Psalm 46 and say them to yourself a couple of times. Light your candle. Take a couple of deep breaths. Slow yourself down. And then, God is our refuge and strength. God is in our midst. God is with us. Be still and know that I am God. May you find peace today and this weekend. Amen.